Look at this crazy weather back here and these amazing abandoned old buildings. Man, we're gonna have some fun photographing this place. Today I'm in Belmont, Arizona, just outside of the military base that's stationed here. I'm on the side of the road photographing these really interesting old buildings, big barn type structures that I think were used for the military as well as the railroad. Today this weather back here is really brewing into kind of a wild storm, and I think that's almost the perfect conditions to film this location and get some really cool photos with a dramatic sky and really a dramatic scene of these abandoned buildings. So let's look around, take some photographs. So I've been walking around for a little while and I have a few compositions kind of scouted out. This is my first one here. As you can see, I have these train tracks. There's two sets of them just in front of this big white building that has these 3 doors. That's very interesting to me because, you know, odd numbers and patterns tend to do really well in terms of a strong photograph. And what's really cool is I'm also going to include this little white building, this little tower way off in the distance to kind of balance out those 3 black silhouetted doors to that building. And then this big looming cloud is just above. I think it makes for a pretty dynamic scene. Let me show you that image. What's really cool about this area also is how these tracks are so unused that the grass and the mullein is all kind of coming up through them, really showing the age of how long this place has been essentially unused. Pretty spectacular. For my next, there's a train back there. So this next composition is going to be a vertical composition, ultimately an 8x10. And what I have is, in the foreground here, the train tracks and the railroad ties leading you into the scene, as well as this beautiful foreground element of these 2 mullein plants that then will echo or mirror the 2 buildings in the background, these 2 big warehouse barn style buildings in the background. And then the final element is that big cement arch kind of dead center in the frame. So this last scene is going to be a telephoto shot. I'm going to get a few because that arch is so spectacular that I want to get closer to it without actually going onto the property. So that's where a telephoto really comes in handy in this particular case. So let's get a few images fired off and see which ones look the best and kind of refine them. Yeah, that arch really is incredible. There's this big metal thing in the center with it looks like a hook on it. And I wonder if they use that to pull cargo off of the train tracks. That's pretty neat. That's real neat. Incredible. What a great little roadside stop here for some really interesting photos of a really interesting location. These abandoned buildings were perfect subject for this dramatic weather. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've learned a few things. And for now, hit that like button and I'll see you on that next adventure.